Hey yo, what's good, YouTube? You already know, man. It's your boy LaRon, female rap elite, and I am back with another video. Yeah. So listen, you already know the drill. If you're new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe to the handle. Please make sure that you like the video so that you have my videos in your possession each and every time that I go live. Make sure that you hit the bell notification and select all notifications. So listen, you already know what we're here to chat about tonight. Nicki Minaj is better than your favorite, point blank, point blank. You know what I'm saying? Also, where's Megan the Stallion? I just been kind of like where's she at? The only thing that I keep seeing with Megan Thee Stallion is every time I get on Twitter, I keep seeing the notification saying that she Megan's new deal with Nike or something, you know, whatever. And then also, earlier when I was up here, I was talking about the whole situation with how I was talking about the Cardi situation. But I really want to ask some people, like, in regards to how it comes when it comes down to like Wendy Williams and Tasha K, right? Because I know a lot of people think that they're identical, but I was really thinking about them like they're really different in a way if you think about it, right? If you really think about it, and this is not to discredit either one of them. Of course, I came up like a lot of us, we came up to listening to Wendy Williams and stuff like that, right? And it's not to say that I don't believe that Tasha K doesn't get real news or anything like that, but uh Wendy, like I was really digging through the internet earlier, like when I got offered, I'm like, has Wendy Williams ever been sued? And the only thing I could ever find about Wendy Williams ever being sued was I think is when she reposted something from Hillary Duff. And I don't even know if the person won the lawsuit, but it was when Hillary Duff was at that game and it was some photographer there. And I guess Wendy talked about it on her show and he sued her and Hillary for defamation of character. But yeah, I had to really question myself because a lot of times when you hear, even when you listen to Tasha and stuff like that, and people tell, this is why I'm big on this, right? I don't like anybody telling me like it's good to see what you see in people, but sometimes when people tell you that, then you automatically start thinking like, oh my God, Laram, I could see you on being on TV. Then the next thing I know, I'm chasing this TV dream for the next 5 years, and then that could have never really been my destiny. And then people just like to put you in those situations. I'm like. I'm deaf to all of that shit. Like my destiny is right ahead of me. It's about what I create and what I want to go forward with. But I really do want to know how people feel about that. Like when it comes to Tasha K and Wendy Williams, like of course, like I don't know if Tasha K went to college and got like her journalism degree, but I know that Wendy got what did she got her community? She's a communications major. I know she went to the same school that my aunt did in Massachusetts. Um, and like with all of the shady shit that I know that Wendy Williams throws and shit like that, I could tell behind it all like she's business savvy and I know that she's a smart girl. And that's not taking anything away from Tasha. But I think with Tasha K, see, Wendy Williams, she's a communication major. She been on radio and all of that stuff like that. But I think Tasha K is more entertainment. Like I don't know. I can't say that Wendy Williams has a huge personality too. Like, and for that type of for those type of people who like her stuff, like if you've been watching her shit, like she does have a funny personality as well. But I do think that they're both different. And I think, can I say Wendy is more professional, even though she got her little shady shit that she does? I would say that Wendy is a little more professional. I think that she maybe has Tasha has a team too, but Wendy probably has a team that she brings shits through the ringer. Like her shit go through the ringer. She's not going to say anything that's going to really put her out there like that. Now, back in the day when people like, yo, you have to realize back when I used to listen to WBLS, Wendy Williams had a fax machine at her damn radio station and she would get news all the time. Like people, and you got to realize this is New York City, the tri-state area. That's back when events and stuff would be popping off down there. Yo, people would send her stuff all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Inside the industry, stuff like that. Tasha K does more digging and actually takes on the story. Wendy is more like listening to someone read a gossip magazine. Right. I think, yeah, you could say that. I think that Tasha does dig a little bit more. But see, the thing is though, it's like there is no right or wrong way to do it. But I think, with both of them being infamous the way that they are, I think sometimes people be like, oh, I could see you being on this or I could see you doing that. But I think they're straight. strategies are apparently there is different. Because if Wendy was on some, because first and foremost, Wendy has been on TV and been on the radio. So I believe that but she did get fired from Hot 90. What did she get fired from Hot 97 again? I don't remember exactly. I don't remember. It's so much stuff that Wendy Williams been through, but I know that when she went to WBLS, she was laser focused on being like business savvy, doing her ads and shit. And it was just like she was engaging. Wendy Williams could keep you like engaged, engaged. And that's why I could tell that, when I look at people like her, like to me, that's like that's to me, like back when her and Miss Jones and all of that. Well, I listen to Wendy Williams more than Miss Jones, but I feel like that's like the original, like kind of like commentary, because Wendy would just dish on shit in different ways. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just loved her point of view. Let's see. Your live set in Central Standard Time. Yes, I'm in Central. Central. Wendy uses journalistic principles while spreading gossip. She uses the word allegedly, right? But then I also believe that there's certain stories that she can't even like pass through. I think it's certain things that she don't even that she might not even speak on based on whatever it is. Tasha got the mess. Tasha's team don't stop her when she goes too far. If anything, they encourage it. Wendy at least had people telling her to chill. Exactly. Right. And I can definitely tell that too. And then also, right, people don't realize like her husband, Kevin, he's from Brownsville, and he's like, not saying he's a street dude, but he got those connections to the street. If you think about it, Wendy went through a lot of stuff like in the industry, so she had to be suited up. I do believe that Kevin was also her muscle too. So it's like, regardless of what happened, I think it's foul, with their relationship or whatever. See, a lot of people, this is what I want to say, where people just be careful of what you say about other people. Be careful of even saying that other people are getting a karma, because you're sitting back doing something to somebody too. You've done stuff, you've done little personal attacks. Yes, you did. And when I say you, that's to everybody. You've done like, so I don't look at people like when people look at that situation with Wendy Williams and her husband, they be like, oh, she's done, and you've done bad too. You've done bad too. All of us has done that. So I don't think that's not valid to me. The way that he show up in his relationship is based on him, not based on her or based on any type of karma or whatever. That's based on who he is. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. Let's see. What's up, tribe? Let's see. But they both can be vicious and malicious when speaking on people they don't like, right? I think, but to be fair, I think we all can. Well, I don't know. I tend to kind of ignore people if I don't like them. Like I just kind of like turn it off completely. No mention, no nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way that I am. But everybody's not like that. Some people, but you have to realize some people that do that is because the other person is truly a thorn in their side. Like, no, I think people just handle it differently. Wendy, well aware of her liability, and was super creative in getting the story out while navigating stealthily around those barriers. Exactly. Exactly. Like, yo, I don't care what nobody say. Like, even I know that people was like, oh, it's only $75,000 or whatever shit. That's still a huge chunk of money. Like that shit. That's college tuition. To me, you know what I'm saying? So today, for some reason, it just came into my mind, and I'm just like, is Wendy Williams and Tasha K alike? I don't think that they're alike. I think Tasha is great at what she does, and entertainment. I really think that Tasha got off on that whole entertainment shit because it's like, not saying that she let the YouTube go to her head or anything, but I do think that with certain people, once you see certain things and see how you trend, then they want more of it. They want to do more of it, and they want to get more of it. And that could be a good and a bad thing to me personally. It could be a good and a bad thing. Let's see. None of her peers liked her. She exposed everything, and everyone had no friends. This is why no one really cared for all of her karma came to her. No visits, tweets, etc. And then also, right? Who knows if that's like, not saying like hereditary, but like a lot of us have different things that will lay dormant, and when you get older, it will come out. I don't think Wendy Williams got lymphedema because she did gossip on. I think that's just was her fate. A lot of us is just so easy baked mind. Not saying you per se, right? But I don't think like you gonna get the fate that you get. You know what I'm saying? If I come on here and I say, listen, if I come on here and I'm saying what I'm saying about Cardi B, and then I come up having cancer in the next few years, it's not because I talked about Cardi B. It's because it was in the cards and that's gonna happen. She didn't give me that. Like, I think, I don't know. I process stuff differently. And while it may be wrong and people could be like, oh, God don't like ugly and stuff like that, regardless of who it is, right? You will have your day and you will have to pay for it. But I don't think when people get terminal illnesses or like just certain things that may be laying dormant within them, it doesn't, to me, it could all be based on your diet, how you're eating. Maybe if you, maybe you're drinking too much. It could just be based on a lot of things, in my opinion. It could be. Let's see. Tasha effed up because she hasn't got many allies in the YouTube community. She got beef with celebrities and other bloggers. I feel like Wendy had bloggers on her side more. Yeah, because people was, because people wanted that moment with Wendy, because she really was groundbreaking with the way that she did it. I even remember, it was so crazy. This is how far I go back, even with her show. I remember the last day that she had filming her, recording her radio show, and it was like the next thing was the pilot for the Wendy Williams show. So she's come a long way, even if she doesn't come back for another season, she's come a long way and she's rocked that shit. I mean, how many people make it from doing regular radio? A lot of the radio hosts that I know from my local area, they don't ever make it outside of that. They do it until they, until they don't do it no more. That's how I see it. What's up, Tamara? Let's see. Hi, I'm God bless. God bless. Let's see. Let me see if I missed anything. What's up, Sean? What's going on? Let's see. Yeah. So I don't know. It was just kind of like I wanted to know how other people felt about it. And I think, it is an interesting question because a lot of times people be like, oh, they use the words like salacious, salacious, salacious. Yeah, Wendy was salacious, but I felt like she tried to be more of a fact checker. Like, she would allude to things like if somebody like, but what I respect about her is if she would say shit to the people. You know what I'm saying? She would say shit like, what's so crazy too, where I kind of connected this. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember this. Let me see if I could find it on YouTube actually. But Wendy Williams had ended up calling, let's see, Wendy Williams. She called Bobby Brown's hotel. I remember when that shit was going on with Wendy Williams, Bobby Brown hotel. When she ended up calling his hotel room, it kind of reminded me when Tasha was calling around with that other woman. Oh shit. Let me see if I could find it. Hold on. Damn. Hold on a second. See, and it was so crazy. Like, I don't even know if other people was thinking about that around the time, but I remember when Tasha was calling around, like, I think was it the husband? Hold on, give me a second. Give me 1 second. Wendy Williams exposes Bobby Brown. All right. All right, let's just listen to a second of this. Come on, ho.
Man, but she's fallen in love with him. News of Bobby's carousing is certain to shock the troubled singer and her friends, yada, 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 so on and so forth. Well, Monica, the Puerto Rican girl who steals people's social security numbers for a living.
I remember this show still.
She sent me the direct number to the rehab and hotel, or excuse me, the hotel. So maybe we can just get to Bobby's room and ask him if Samara's there. We're calling Bobby Brown at the St. James Resort.
St. James's Club, this is Tracy. How may I help you?
Hello.
I just want to pause this, and I promise you, I don't mean to be mean or anything. But a lot of times when Wendy would be going through stuff, and even when I would hear certain things from like, and this is not against anybody, this is just in general, right? And I feel like I have to be real. I don't like when I hear people be like, "Oh, it's over for Wendy Williams. She should just retire." Like, what if somebody said that to you when you were going through something medical or whatever the case may be, right? I just didn't like that. Like, I had to get that out because I don't know. I felt like so many people just could come to like, "Oh, she just needs to retire." Like, you can't help the things that happen to you medically. You have to kind of like just wait it out sometimes to see if you're going to come back or if you're not. But Joan Rivers had a job and she stayed, up until she passed away. So I feel the same about Wendy Williams, regardless of how people may feel about her. I don't think that is anybody's right to tell a person when it's over or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hello, Tracy, may I please have room 337?
Who are you trying to reach, ma'am?
I'm trying to reach Samara Emanuel and Bobby Brown.
And who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with his sister from Boston.
Okay, because he asked me to screen his calls. So
yes. Why. Yes, no, this is...
One moment.
Okay.
He is not taking any calls unless it's his wife or his family.
Okay, well, wait a minute. I'm with his brother Tommy. Tell him I'm with his brother Tommy.
Okay, one moment.
Thank you.
She's a G.
Hello.
Hi, Bobby.
Who's this?
It's Wendy Williams calling from New York. How are you?
Who's this?
Bobby, I'm reading about Samara Emanuel and you. Whitney's trying to get her help, Bobby. You're not helping the situation any.
Who is this?
Bobby, it's Wendy.
You better stop with me. Bye.
Bobby.
Thank you for calling St. James's Club. This is Tracy. Good afternoon.
Yes, Tracy, I got disconnected. Bobby Brown, room 337.
She is crazy.
Oh. Bobby, it's Wendy Williams again. Bobby.
You know what?
What, Bobby?
Y'all better stop joking with me.
Bobby,
I'm in the mood, man. I've been writing on that. Stop.
When's your album coming out? Wait, when's your album? Whoa. Do it again. Why not? Writing what? Keep dialing. We got hours to F with Bobby.
Writing all night.
He's been writing all night. I'm trying to think of a one-liner, and all of them are too dirty.
Thank you for calling St. James's Club. This is Tracy. Good afternoon.
Hi, Tracy. I got disconnected again. Room 337, Bobby.
A whole troll.
Hello.
Bobby, it's Wendy again. How are you?
Hey, man. You know what? If this is Wendy Williams, you look like a bag full of knuckles.
But you want to know what's so interesting?
Should we call again?
Yeah, let's call him again.
Let's do it again.
Okay.
She is crazy.
You've reached St. James Club. This is Craig speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Craig. May I please have room 337?
Room 337.
Yes, Bobby Brown.
May I ask if someone's speaking?
Tell him it's Wendy Williams calling from New York.
Wendy Williams calling from New York.
Hello?
Hi, Bobby. It's Wendy calling again. All right,
Wendy.
Look, peace.
This is really you?
Yes, it really is me, Bobby. And I was just...
I apologize for my comment. I was kidding.
Well, no.
What's going on?
Well, I was calling for three things. The first thing is, are you going
Hey, you
to...
know what? I thought you was my brother and my sister playing.
No, it's me. Listen.
No, it ain't you. How do you know where I am?
Listen to why I'm calling you. First of all, because
I don't want to know why you calling me. You got to call me at another time. Don't do that to me, sister.
Yeah, but Bobby, you and I have never been cool enough for me to be invited to call
How do
you.
you know we ain't been cool? You ain't never approached me with anything.
Well, you call me a bag of
Talk
knuckles.
to me first. Don't call me,
But
when I'm over here doing
But I don't have
what
numbers.
I got to do. Reach Jamie Brown.
Okay, well, listen to me. Listen
She'll
to me.
reach me, okay?
Do you realize that everybody in the
I'm
world
going to put it
reach
in
you
her hand.
because you're
Sister to sister,
your
y'all come to me.
listen, Bobby. Your
Hello?
room number.
Wendy.
The VH1 is doing a big behind the music on New Edition, and all the guys are going to be coming up here and chatting with me on the show. And I want to know
What
how
is it?
it's going to be coming on either April 22nd or April 28th. And this one is like a real in-depth one. I was talking with Biv behind the scenes.
I don't mind talking
Yo, she a finesser. You see how she finessed that shit?
to you, Wendy, but, when y'all get personal, it just really hurts my feelings.
Okay, well, we're talking about the VH1 special right now.
Okay, I'm going there.
No.
I'll
It's
be
already
there.
it's already done. It's already been put together. And if you
Really?
wanted to,
I want to be on the special.
no. The special's already put
The
together.
show
You want-
that you're on.
Oh, you
Your
wanna be-
show.
you wanna
I
be on
wanna
my
come
radio
talk to you
show?
Live.
Well, if you want to be on my radio show, you can.
It's gonna be a special, and I need some paper. So
Well, I don't pay for
You're
my
gonna have to hit me
gas.
up.
I don't pay for my gas. Your wife is loaded. Why would you be asking me for money? Now, come on now.
Who's loaded?
Your wife.
Well, stop that. Why do you do that to your sister?
Because, all right, so look.
Because
so
what?
So you said that you were doing
That's
some
not
writing.
proper.
When's
I
your,
bet you the sisters are mad at you right now.
when's your new album coming
All
out?
out there listening to your radio station. I know they mad at you.
Well, listen,
My
Bobby.
wife doing her thing, man. Leave her alone. Man.
No, I'm talking to you.
Leave us alone for a minute.
I'm not talking about your wife. I'm talking to you. Listen. All right.
I
So
can't hear you.
you said you were writing all night. How many songs have you
Yeah, I
already
got
written?
out of the studio about 5 this morning, so.
Well, it must be nice working in the studio in Antigua.
Well, it was for free, you know.
Yeah, I hear that.
I work with people that love music.
Yeah. So listen, do you know this girl,
Yeah,
Samara
you laughing
Emanuel?
right now.
Do you know the girl,
You
Samara?
actually called. What is going on?
Okay.
You actually called me about earlier.
Well, I was calling you. The way I got where you were is because in this week's one of the tabloids, they have the
You wrote
hotel.
it, right?
Listen, they have the hotel you're
Did
staying
you
in.
write it?
No, I don't write for this tabloid. Look,
So what are you talking about? How you gonna say this week in a tabloid?
well,
What are you talking
how
about?
do you think I got your room number?
Hey, yo, Wendy.
Your
I thought you were cool than that. You gonna call me for some ratings? I'm telling you, I'm coming to get a check. I'll talk to you later.
I don't cut checks.
I love
guess.
you. I love New York, New Jersey,
All right. So
all
what's
the
the
tri-state area. I'm out.
So what's the prediction on the new album? Ow.
I still remember that shit when she was like, ouch. Yo, I don't know. Again, I like that, that little hood swing that Tasha bring, but Wendy, she was just more on that ass. Like, she was just more calculated. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's why I said, like, are they really the same? Like how some people think that they're both. I know that they both are infamous, but to me, they're both very different. Like, Wendy used to really have that juice, like that juicy juice. She used to really have that shit. And I see people saying that, she used to talk about Beyonce. But I think I don't think that there's any secret that she doesn't like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? She's always been like that. I felt like she gave it up to her years later. And then Nicki became, one of those people she started going at. I think Nicki was supposed to go on her show and she didn't go. And I think Wendy was one of those people she would felt slighted about it. Because you know how when Nicki did she did Wendy the first time, Nicki was very guarded and she was like, "Are you sexually fluid?" And Nicki was like, "I don't like how that sounds." It was just like, she wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? She didn't let Wendy just go any and everywhere. And then she asked her about that monsters thing, and she didn't know they're barbs. So I don't know if they got off to a bad start, but I just know one thing. I love Wendy Williams. I like her style and her approach. So listen, my next question was, where the hell is Megan Thee Stallion? Because usually every week she's on social media posting new sets, turned around on her ass and got her new set. And then typically that means that she's shooting videos and stuff like that. But I really want to know what she up to and what's the plan and what she aiming for 2022. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Honestly, if you think about it, right, with all of the music that Megan Thee Stallion has come out with already, what are we really expecting from Megan Thee Stallion in 2022? Is she going to give us another that shit? Is she going to do another? It's just like, is Megan Thee Stallion musical? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is she really musical? I just don't know what she could do, because I kind of felt like she done all the ass shaking, I felt like she's done all of that already. Like, how could she reinvent herself? Megan really gonna have to step it up. She gonna really have to step it up. Let me read this. Listen, as a matter of fact, Omarosa said Wendy straight and checked her about wearing tall wigs. Immediately after that, Wendy changed her wig game. Yep. And you know what? That was a nice check, though. And then you see how Wendy was trying to check her, too. She was like, "Thank you, Omarosa, for coming on my show." She said, "Don't look for your moment. Don't look for your moment." Hold on. Let me see if I could bring that up, but I don't want the copyright hit from that, honestly, because I don't give a fuck if I make $2 from my video. I want it all. Fuck that. My time is valuable. I don't care. Let me see. Let me put it in the search engine and see Omarosa. That shit was so crazy though, right? Omarosa and Wendy Williams. that was the top suggested. Nah, let me see if I'm gonna get. Let me see if this Hold on. Let me see if that has a copyright attached to it. I don't know. I don't see it. Messy Girl TV, 1.6 million views. She ain't get hit for that? I don't know, y'all. Let me just see this. This shit was classic though. See, I'm getting thrown off of my show because we was talking about Megan Thee Stallion. So let me just bring this up real quick. See, this is how I'm trying not to lose control. I felt like that trainer who was in that class when I first moved to Houston and she was in the training class. She said, I have lost control of this training class. Hold on a second. Let's see. Let me see. Little mama, show me how to do it. Banana, do it. Hey, shake that ass, yo. Come on.
More to my community than anybody that I know. So if that's being ABW, you're reinforcing stereotypes, and that's important for you not to do.
No, I said
because you don't know.
That's how,
you really do.
Oh.
it's not exactly the type of
Reinforcing stereotypes
listen, you're not my type, Omarosa.
Oh.
Listen, and trust me.
For 22 years,
Trust me.
I've been doing what I'm doing.
Congratulations, and I applaud that. I applaud that.
And
But don't be fake, because what happens is you have guests on your show, and then you go on your radio show and talk smack instead of doing it while they're sitting on the couch.
I'm doing it right here.
So that's, I don't.
And guys, when she said that whole I'm doing it right here, right? This was when Wendy Williams first came on TV, right? Look at the background and everything. Everything has been upgraded since then, right? Omarosa was trying to make her look crazy to make it seem like she wasn't keeping it, in quotation, real. She wasn't keeping it real like how she was on her radio show. And that's why Wendy was like, I'm doing the same thing. Hold on a second. Hold on. If I get hit for this shit, I'm trimming it right out.
They're doing it while they're sitting on the couch.
I'm doing it right here.
So that's, I don't have to be your type, but let me be very clear. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
I don't
Been there, done that.
All right, hold on. I don't need to do this show and go on my radio show and talk about anything.
But you've been doing it. You've been having people on, and then you've been talking smack. So the bottom line is, my book comes out in the fall. Buy it if you want to. Don't if you don't. Watch your show if you want to. Don't if you don't. End of the show.
Okay, Omarosa, let's talk about, I know you don't want to talk about the divorced ex-husband, but are you dating now?
I date. I have a lot of fun.
What types of men do you date? And what's that conversation?
I love beautiful chocolate brothers. I love strong brothers, educated brothers. I love it.
Now, because I've seen you on a few red carpets and, flipping through magazines and stuff like that. You usually don't bring them out with you? Or
I don't like to take my dates to work. Yeah. What I do is work.
I love when she said that. She was like, I don't like to take my dates to work. Watch how phony she get after it. She was like, when I'm on the red carpet, I'm focused for my fans. And I remember this shit like it came out yesterday. Real talk.
And when I walk on the red carpet, I have to be focused. I do what I do. My fans tune in to watch me. I'm going on my 16th, 17th show.
Yeah.
Because they like it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't have
She is stunting.
for a talk show. The reason I passed, it was being produced by the producers of Jerry Springer. And I had to make a decision. I know. That's the same thing I said. I had to make a decision whether to go forward or not. And I made a decision. I enjoy doing talk show. I enjoy watching talk. But it's an interesting world. And I still run my government affairs firm. I still do politics.
Where are you
I still
based out
do
of?
DC.
So you bought, implants for you, but you got stuff for your mother.
Favorite
also.
part, watch
Your
this.
mother looks fantastic.
We did a makeover show. We did a total makeover in Discovery Health. And I wanted to do that so that people would know about plastic surgery. You're very open.
Yeah.
But there are celebrities who are not.
Yeah.
Now, did you have a nose job?
No.
It looks like you had a nose job.
No.
Oh, okay. No, I just looked at before and after.
Before and after.
Before and after. Before and after pictures.
But if I can suggest, because the only thing that I've had done to my face is a little Botox, I would suggest for you some Restylane. The lines stay. They say good black don't crack. She's cracking.
She's cracking.
And I would suggest a wig that doesn't sit off my head 3 inches. That would be my suggestion.
You know what, Omarosa? And on that note, thank you for coming on my show.
Wait, y'all, my bad. I had this shit turned down. I'm sorry if y'all couldn't hear it. But listen, you know what my favorite part was? Watch how she say, thank you for coming on my show. And then you know how Omarosa took the book and started doing the Cabbage Patch? That shit had me dying.
You know what, Omarosa? And on that note, thank coming on my show. Look for Omarosa's book, The Big Switch, in bookstores in October.
They are fucking crazy. Yo, when I tell you that was one of my favorite episodes too, I remember when this other lady got on there and she was like this big lady and she said she liked to eat. And Wendy was like, oh my God. Wendy must have really been teased when she was younger and she started crying when the girl, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I used to love watching Wendy Williams cry because it used to make me feel like, oh my God, like it made her almost like human. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Wendy Williams weight loss. She had this one where she was in the crowd. Oh, yep, this is it. This is it. Guys, hold on. No, she posted this, so I can't post that. She gonna hit my channel for it. I'm probably already got hit for that shit anyway. I'm definitely trimming that out. So listen, let's move on. Megan Thee Stallion, the one sipping Don Julio by the gallon. It's like she's been on a social media. She's been silent. So I'm thinking like what's going on and everything with Megan Thee Stallion. And then of course she announced that she's gonna be at Coachella. To me personally, guys, I don't even understand how Coachella is going on. If they basically halted the Grammys for right now, how the hell are they planning Coachella for April? So let me just bring this up real quick. Let me bring this up real quick. Let's see. All right. So Kanye West, Lil Baby, Megan Thee Stallion, and more announced for Coachella 2022. So let's see. All right. The 2022 edition of Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival is set to take place on April 15th through the 17th and April 22nd through the 24th. Numerous hip hop stars will hit the stage in Indio, California this spring. I wonder how did they book this? The Grammys was pushed back, but they still see Coachella must bring a lot of money in for that area because I don't understand, like, why can't they postpone Coachella? Not saying I wouldn't want anybody not to make their money, but come on. Organizers announced that the hip-hop bred rapper Kanye West as one of the headliners, pop singer Billie Eilish and Harry Styles will close out Friday night and Saturday night, respectively. Coachella 2022 will also feature Lil Baby, Big Sean, Baby King, City Girls. Oh, that's a dope look for them. Megan, listen, guys, let me ask you, what do you think? City Girls on that stage? How you think people gonna react to them? And you have to realize also a lot of black people do go to Coachella, but it'd be a lot of white people, and I don't necessarily know if that's their targeted audience. So that's interesting. This must be the Desperado Coachella. City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, 21 Savage, Giveon, Brockhampton, Isaiah Rashad, Doja Cat. How they put City Girls before Doja Cat? How do you put Megan Thee Stallion before Doja? Like, come on. Run the Jewels, Ari Lennox, Jid, Vince Staples, and more. AEG's Golden Voice canceled the last two scheduled Coachella events due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Childish Gambino, Tame Impala, and Ariana Grande headlined the 2019 festival. So, yep, Coachella will be happening this year. I don't even understand how that's going on. Megan about the film set it off too. Let's see, Rock Nation working hard. Yeah. They need to stop trying to make the City Girls happen. It's not happening. Exactly. Wasn't they supposed to come out with some new single? I don't honestly, just with the history of the whole Coachella, I don't feel like they fit that. I don't. But then you have to realize, look at these lists, right? Like when you look at this list, this is the list where they jammed all these people together, all the rappers. Notice Harry Styles. Notice the people that's on the 15th and the 22nd. So Lil Baby is on that. You know, they probably had to bid hard for that. I'm pretty sure everybody who's on there had to bid for this shit. Let me see. It really stuns me that hold on a second. It really stuns me that where's Doja? Oh, Doja Cat is on Kanye's. Okay, Megan Thee Stallion is on that one. Okay. Yeah. Joji. Yay, Doja Cat, Joji. Megan Thee Stallion is on the one with all of the rappers. Who are all these people? So I mean, like, would you want to go see? Listen, first and foremost, especially with everything going on with the pen, yo, should I send this article? I need to bring up this article so I could show y'all about this too. My friend texted me about it, and yep, I wanna share it. In regards to Pfizer corruption. So let me email this to myself, and then I'm gonna bring it up. Let's see. Yeah, because I want to share this. Let me check my email real quick. But yeah, so Megan Thee Stallion, you know, she got that shit going on with the court case and stuff like that too. But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like she's silent, and if she don't come back with a bang, like Coachella is right around the corner. Y'all think she gonna come out with some new music or something? Like, let's see. Let me see. Just give me 1 second. I want to check something because my friend sent me something from this blog. Yeah, let's pull this up. Let's see. What is this? I don't want that. All right. So make sure that I do this strategically. Because, you know, they be trying to block certain things that people say. All right. So my friend sent me this article today. And let me just see. Let me bring it up a little more. And how that look? Okay. So it says Pfizer FDA corruption, lethal batches, and autopsies reveal that the jab genocide, right? So let me see. Not only were Pfizer's trials a fraud, but the FDA knowingly approved it, putting millions of people at high risk. The report will show how autopsies revealed that the jabs are, in fact, killing otherwise healthy people, how they were intentional lethal batches released, and provide an incredible tool showing Pfizer trial fraud, and that the FDA's negligence, so that people are armed with some of the most critical data to date in order to fight against this tyranny. Former Pfizer chief scientist Dr. Mike Yeadon confirmed that 90% of the vaccine side effects came from less than 10% of the batch lots, which is documented and calculated directly from CDC's Bayers, and means that the batches do not contain the same ingredients, which is crazy. This shows solid evidence of foul play that was done intentionally. Oh my God. You see, I don't like reading stuff like this because I know a lot of people who died around the time, and I believe it's all related to this. I'm sorry. This shows solid evidence of foul play that, wait, let me just read that over again just so that people could grasp it. Former Pfizer chief scientist Dr. Mike Yeadon confirmed that 90% of the vaccine side effects came from less than 10% of the batch lots, which is documented and calculated directly from the CDC's Bayers. It means that the batches do not contain the same ingredients. This shows solid evidence of foul play that this was done intentionally and is the biggest smoking gun to date. Death by the jab is not being tracked, though, to medical examiners. The deaths aren't even being questioned or documented as a jab related. One U.S. medical examiner took the time to trace 3 deaths between the ages of mid-30s and mid-50s and died from the jab, and the autopsies verify this. Top German pathologist Dr. Arne Burkhardt's autopsy research shows clear evidence of all the gene-based vaccines, independent of manufacturers, produced the same result in the vaccines in the organs of the people. In 90%, he found autoimmune self-attack by killer lymphocytes on the tissues. The main one being the heart. Like I told y'all, get your heart checked, get your lungs checked, and then other tissues such as the liver, etc. Dr. Bacardi confirms that these vaccines are killing people, young and old. In one U.S. central state, all-cause deaths didn't fluctuate between In one central U.S. state, all-cause deaths didn't fluctuate between 2015 and 2019. In 2020, it increased by 15%, and after over 62% of Americans received the jab in 2021, the total deaths jumped to a whopping 12% over beyond 2020's 15% increase. Pfizer paid out over $10 million in fines for false claims, bribing doctors, manipulating studies, as well as deaths due to their drugs. And their jab trials were found complete fraud. The Canadian COVID Care Alliance put together a brilliant video presentation breaking this all down and provides an illustrative PDF as a tool. The claim by Pfizer was that the inoculations were safe and showed 95% efficiency 7 days after the second dose. But the 95% was actually relative risk reduction. Absolute risk reduction was only by 0.84%. A federal judge refused the FDA's request to keep Pfizer's documents from the public. Instead of the 75 years, the FDA requested to produce all documents submitted by Pfizer to receive the jab approval. The judge ordered 55,000 pages to be released each month, which should be completed within 9 months. The CDC director admits that 70% of all COVID-related deaths have at least 4 comorbidities, and that the jab does not prevent transmission. According to the CDC's VAERS reporting system, and under 1 year, more people have died from the jab than all other vaccines put together for all time, and they still haven't shut it down. You see what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say. My friend passed away from that. They passed away from that, and that shit is not right. How do you like a life to live, a beautiful home, all of these beautiful clothes, and all of these family members who love you and stuff like that? This is crazy. Autopsies reveal that the jab deaths. Autopsies reveal jab deaths despite attempts to suppress. I spoke to a medical examiner who I've been communicating with for the past 2 years to get a sense of what they are seeing during autopsies, as well as how tracking deaths of COVID jabs are being handled and how death certificates are being recorded. It was quite informative. It was a quite informative discussion and included much of what I have suspected. There's a major flaw in the system. It's not set up to catch vaccine injury for several reasons. In many cases, jurisdiction has to essentially be waived by the medical examiner in a case of hospice and nursing homes, which means that the medical examiner never gets to see the medical records, but still have to sign the death certificates. There are investigators in the medical examiner's office that contact the facilities where the death took place and simply get a short narrative about the descendants' past medical diagnosis from whoever answers the phone. And these investigators don't dare ask about the vax. If a patient has CO at the time of the death, that will be added, but there is never any mention of the complications after receiving the jab. So when these documents are passed on to the medical examiner to sign, they have no way of knowing if the person had been V-word. Come on. In cases of deaths outside of nursing homes and hospice, such as from hospitals or residences, like my friend passed away, many families don't even think to mention that their loved one and this is why when I said this to my people, to my friend's family, they was like, no, it wasn't that, because you got that jab too, and you ain't even thinking about it. You ain't even thinking if you're at risk or anything like that. Let's keep going. Families don't even mention that their loved one recently or received a jab because they believe it to be safe. So once again, when the documents reach the medical examiner, they would have to physically call the family with a follow-up question and ask that specific question, which they are not doing. Quite frankly, none of this surprises me. I recently communicated with an individual whose job included the responsibility of logging adverse reports of large medical network. However, any death-related cases were held by the higher ups, and only adverse events were handed down to be entered. I imagine that this is likely the process at most networks, but that all came to halt when this person was told in early November not to no longer enter the data, and without explanation. How many other hospitals and networks were given the same instructions, and are the deaths even being reported? The deaths this is not fair. How do they control the narrative and push propaganda to stroke fear? A perfect example in the article, The Times of Israel, that just published on January 10th, 2022, headline, first case reported in Israel of heart inflammation. First case reported in Israel of heart inflammation linked to the Omicron infection. The state that a previously healthy 43-year-old man received a booster shot in August, hospitalized at the Tel Hashomer, an intensive care unit. Doctors call it a worrying development, but the worry is over the alleged variant, not the jab. Dr. Shlomi Metetsky, head of the ICU at Sheba Medical Center, whatever. What's that? Oh, told Channel 12 News about this man being treated for Listen, I've been researching that too. Myocarditis, claiming this is the first time we have seen this with that. This is a worrying development that we need to think about. Yep, many people that you probably know passed away this year, passed away last year from those heart attacks and stuff like that, blood clotting, and you ain't even realize it. You ain't realize that they took them jabs. Yes, completely disregarding the fact that this man has received the jabs and the booster. They immediately sound alarmed that the COV was the cause. Israel is the first country in the world to roll out a fourth booster. Many, including Corey Diggs, has long warned that they could create false variants and allege how deadly they are to create a cover story for those really dying from the jab itself. Sadly, we are seeing this roll out in the real time now. Stay woke, y'all. So how do you push this propaganda out? Coincidentally, a 60-second search reveals that Bill Gates happens to have a connection with Sheba Medical Center in Israel through joint investments. Is this a stretch? Absolutely not. When you understand the reach, the pull, and the control these elite globalists have in place to coordinate propaganda, this sort of connection becomes very relevant, especially when their false narrative against the science is what's coming out of this hospital. Cases of deaths have significantly increased, and it's clear that the jab is having an impact. Did I read this already? Okay. Between 2015 and 2019, the total number of deaths in the specific location held at a steady rate each year, with minimal discrepancy with all varying causes. In 2020, in 2020, the year that it hit, they saw a 15% increase in the total number of deaths. In 2021, allegedly 62% of the U.S. have received the jab and hopefully become fully vaxxed. They saw an additional increase of 12% over and above what they saw in 2020. That is substantial, especially when the FDA and the CDC insist that the jab will prevent deaths. What? Listen, I don't want to be a part of that wave. I don't, and I'm not getting it. I'm not playing with you. I'm not getting it. Like, I already live a very I already have a minimal type of lifestyle. I don't really come like this lady today. She was about to get cursed out. I'm telling you, I was at FedEx delivering the package, and she was walking too close up to me. I could tell she had some sort of pill problem. It was a white lady. She had some sort of pill problem because she came up to me. You look like a grown ass woman with business clothes on. Why are you not saying that I wouldn't have gave it to her? But do you have $5? Absolutely not. I don't, guys. I'm sorry. I shipped through my FedEx account. I don't have any money. And it was just weird as hell that she was getting that close to me. Back the fuck up. Back up. Back up. The majority of nursing homes and even hospice are all injecting their patients with the jab, and there has been a significant increase in deaths at the locations in the central part of the U.S. where the medical examiner works, but also has also been reported on in many other areas in the country. This makes you mad. This infuriates a person when you think like, oh, it was so-and-so's time to go. Nope, I guarantee you that they was fully jabbed. I guarantee you they was. The medical examiner made it his point to contact 15 to 20 families who had lost a loved one. Some cases were obvious suicide or specific causes of death that wouldn't raise a red flag of the jab playing a role, but a few were quite telling. And so the medical examiner asked if they had received the jab and what the date that they received it. My friend had theirs. I think the first jab was in March, and the second jab, they got them like back to back. Yep. And what date they received it. 3 individuals ranging between the ages of mid-30s and mid-50s all received the jab within weeks of their death. One who suffered a great deal immediately following the injection. To illustrate one case, the person had developed myocarditis, pericarditis, despite cases of myocarditis and pericarditis in children after receiving the jab. The FDA and CDC insist on injecting children when they aren't even at risk of dying. Yep. My niece just had it. She got jabbed though. A small area of myocarditis, pericarditis. The pink area is a myocardium, and the white area is the epicardial fat. The purple cells are the lymphatic inflammation. Damn. Shout out to my friend Erica who sent this to me. I be having people sending me stuff all the time, like just about this. This isn't what killed the otherwise healthy person a heart attack was. It is likely that either the spike protein made its way into the heart, lining up the blood vessels, which ultimately caused the ruptured coronary artery, or a recent study shows that the vaccines based in mRNA containing lipid nanoparticles, LNPs, are highly inflammatory and led to a high mortality rate in mice. Another recent study shows that an increase in protein inflammatory biomarkers. Be careful, y'all. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that somebody in this live knows somebody who passed away from a heart attack last year. I'm pretty sure you do. I know you do. I know you do. The FDA isn't concerned, according to December 8th, 2021 decision. Listen, I'm going to post this in the chat because I really need to move on and then get up out of here and wrap up. But listen, stay woke to this. Real talk. Stay woke to it because it's something going on. I'm going to post that in the chat and then you can look at it if you want to. So listen, let's finish up the live while I said Nicki Minaj is better than your favorite. Like, yes, Nicki Minaj is better than your favorite. And I think everybody knows that. Every record label knows that. And they all want a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? This is why they had to create all of these female rappers and trying to get them a bag. And it's just like, listen, man, first and foremost, it's all good and it's all great to want a successful female rapper. But one thing that they got to do is they got to do the work, right? You got to do the work. You know how like you be in your math class and I used to try to be slick and try to work with my calculator. Teacher come by and be like, oh, you need to break that down. You got to show your work. Show the work. And that's the issue. A lot of these female rappers are not showing the work. The one thing that is amazing about Nicki Minaj is that she really built this shit up from the jump, like wearing cheap clothes and making that shit, making it look cute and like really doing her thing, right? The reason why I say Nicki Minaj is better than your favorite is just because I feel like she hits on every single mark. She has the old school freestyle videos when she was killing it, looking, you know, not really having that much money, like even from like the Dirty Money interview or whatever, right? Let me see if I could bring that up real quick. From the Dirty Money interview, or what she did when she was doing the Yeah. And it was just like, it's, to me, it's even now watching that years later, it's still like a breath of fresh air from like from a fan, because it's just like, damn, you have to really think about it. We have so much to go back through with Nicki Minaj. Like it's so much to hold on. It's so much to appreciate. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me bring this up, because it's just like when it comes to Nicki, like a lot of these female rappers, they be trying to make history every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nicki is kind of easy when it comes to her. Let me see. Oh shit, I can't. Let me bring this up first. Stop it. And then let me bring YouTube up. I love to see footage like this because it's so much. Like, hold on a second. Let me bring this up.
Sort of bins, nigga. Dirty money. You heard? I do it. I do it for fun. Like, I mean, I just do it because I can. Like, I only rap because I'm good at it. Like, really. You know what I'm saying? It really was a hobby for a minute. But then, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, look at the state of hip hop. Like, what's going on?
And that's a fact too. And I'll be honest with you, when Nicki came through the door, like, you have to realize back in that Kim era, Foxy era, Remy era, female rap fans were very sensitive, and we were very used to what we was used to, right? When Nicki came and shook that shit up, she shook it up. You can't say that. I don't feel like any other female rapper, especially a Megan or a Cardi, nope, they just got positioned. They didn't do none of that groundwork. They don't have nothing like this where they really showing that they coming from the bottom. I really, really appreciate this from Nicki the most, because she wasn't like, And we see how this plays out with other people, how I gave you guys the example. Cash Doll wearing Vetements and Chanel and all of that. She had all of the designer and all of that, but her business is poor. Her release strategy is poor. And she, you know what I'm saying? So don't be blinded by those things that you see in a person. I really truly love to be able to see Nicki from like the beginning to come to, to come to where she is now. It's so inspirational, honestly. So
Nah, but thanks for the love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to New York. Shout out to everybody who's seeing this right now. Like, I'm just on my grind. Don't get it twisted. Like, it's not even about being cocky. It's just about being real. Like, I'm good at what I do. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I act the way I act. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, if you see me, holla at me. I'm never too ill to say what up. Like, it's not that serious. Trust me, I know that. But anyway, holla at your girl. Hit me up on MySpace or something. Nicki Minaj, Nickiminaj. You heard me?
yeah, man. So it's like when you just think about, hold on a second. When you think about just like the beginning from like those phases. Hold on, shit. Hold on. From the beginning, how she rolled up to her first album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Think about like the things that happened before she got to Pink Friday. Then think about what happened after that. She's just been on she's been full speed ahead. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. She's just been working and working and working. And it's a good thing. And this is why I feel like so many, and like, trust me, even when it comes to that whole pop wave that Doja is riding right now, we know that Nicki already she held that shit down hard, right? And it's unfortunate that I felt like the hip hop game made Nicki feel like she couldn't really do that anymore. But it's like, but then you have to think about it, right? Doja Cat, she is a rapper, but she don't get that respect like that. And of course, she says she's working on a rap album and all of that, whatever, right? But I felt like Nicki was so good lyrically, where the hip hop fans who loved it, they hated when she would turn and do that pop shit. But that's not fair because, I felt like on her new album, I don't know what she would sound like, right? First and foremost, you can't reinvent certain times, right? Certain times were just that, and you can't really, right now, I mean, you can do dance music, but that's not really like popular right now. But I hope that she does on this new album, that she does maybe some vibes of like different things that she's done before. Because all of those things made her into be the best female rapper. And I think, when it comes to like different people, it's like, what can you really say about Nicki? You might not like her, you might not honestly, I feel like all of these female rap fans that even be on Twitter and all of that, you guys were Nicki Minaj fans before. You were. 99% of them was. And I'm telling you, just from coming from a place, like it's this kid that he's a Cardi B fan, right? And the only reason I respect him, I'm going to get him on this show too. He's a Cardi B fan. And the only reason why I respect him is because I remember him from running around on the forums. Like when we used to be foxboogie.com, he would be on he would be on Little Kim Zone. So it's like, I respect my legit, because a lot of people do this female rap talk and they don't even really be knowing what they're talking about. Like they don't. But I respect him, but I really want to grill him because like you went from being a Lil Kim fan, and then it's like back then he would hate on Foxy, and then of course we held Foxy down, but then it's just like you transformed into this Cardi B fan. So it's like, with Lil Kim, she used to get some better looks than Foxy because she played that whole Hollywood shit, that Hollywood game and shit like that. But I think they liked Kim because of, I don't know, like her stats weren't that much better if they were that much more than Foxy. I mean, she had a Grammy and shit like that. But then it's just like in 2022, you're 21, you're a Cardi fan. And I just really want to know, like, how did that happen? How did we come from? But then I have to think about it, the logic behind a person who likes that type of music. If you like Lil Kim and you kind of know that she was kind of like, I don't want to call her a fraud, but she wasn't 100% authentic because Biggie made her to be who she was. I mean, Foxy Brown said it on Wendy Williams. You was dragged up. I was brought up. It's to whatever that means to you. But hold on a second. Let me scroll down. Damn, I was all the way at the top. Let me go to the bottom. I had to get me a mouse because this damn regular shit wasn't working. They saying Mr. Academics or whatever, and his name is cool with Nicki now. Oh, word? Oh, word. Let's see. I was just about to say that Biggie was the mastermind. Yeah, you could tell. Calm yourself. It's just a little robbery. You got partnered with leaves off me for the sunshine. Pussy spread like the rainbow. Spectacular, spectacular. I practice. You could just tell it was all Biggie, right? But I think a lot of people, especially female rappers, Nicki Minaj is the bar when it comes to this shit, when it comes to the music, when it comes to fashion, when it comes to branding, when it comes to endorsements, like everything, right? I'm pretty sure that with like Little Kim, it probably killed her. I think a lot of the issues, honestly, right, that Little Kim had with Nicki was that she seen everything that she got, and it was just like she didn't really route her career the right way. Honestly, she didn't a lot of people get mad when they see that you're doing things that they didn't do. Because I remember even when Nicki came out and Remy was in jail, and you could go back and watch that interview, right? I ain't gonna say it was attributed to Nicki, but it was just like when Nicki came out and she had, you notice how every female rapper has their crew or their fans that they call them. Nicki started that, right? Now everybody has their little they crew. Foxy even got Fox Nation. Remy Ma got Remy Mafia. Um, Queen Bee, like it's just like, hold on. So it's just like, to me, Nicki is you can't deny her impact. She is she is the blueprint for female rappers today. I don't care. And a lot of times people, they like, oh, Cardi, Cardi, Cardi. Y'all only saying that because of the way that she was boosted up on the algorithm. There's nothing really skill wise that you really like about her. You just like the fact that on a metric level, you think that she can sort of like compete with Nicki, and she really can't. Like, Nicki really got her hands dirty. She wasn't like going and hosting in clubs and doing shit from the strip club. Nicki really was on her grind. Like, when I see videos like that, I remember like I was watching her footage early on and like seeing how she used to perform in small clubs and just really grinded and worked herself up to being on tour. What type of bad bitches are you when you on tour and you still booking shows outside of the tour? Lil Wayne was sick at her. He was sick. The barbs are superior. I found this dope article. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up because I wanted to show this to y'all. When I was looking, let me just bring this up real quick. This article was written when was it written? In May of 2020. I think we might have seen this though, but I just thought it was a dope article. So Nicki Minaj is the greatest rapper. Nicki Minaj is the greatest rapper of the decade, bar none. So let's see. All right. 2020, and it's finally time to acknowledge that Nicki Minaj's right to GOAT status as the best female rapper and best rapper of the past 10 years. This definitely got to be a bar who wrote this. No gender preposition required, by Nick Soulsby. Hip hop for most of its history has been a story of men. The presence of women has been tokenistic, with barely 2 or 3 female rappers given acknowledgement for their skills at any one time. And almost none enjoying the opportunities that allow for a lengthy top flight career. Most people can recite the tiny core of names: Missy Elliott, Little Kim, Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, Foxy Brown, and Salt and Pepper. Hip hop has been willing to acknowledge to any significant extent, but the list has to be seen in the light of the vast cadres of male rappers shown far greater respect, and as an overwhelming retort to the idea of hip hop does not have a problem with giving credit to female performers. Let's see. This is why it's so amazing to be here in 2020, witnessing the avalanche of female talent rising to the top. Megan Thee Stallion, Young M.A., Tierra Whack, Rico Nasty, and Doja Cat. I could promise you, I don't know any song by Tierra Whack or Rico Nasty. I don't. When people just say their names to me, like, I'm like, what's so crazy? It's kind of like being from the hood when people be like, you don't know John? And I'd be like, no, I don't. And a lot of people, I've never been, let me just tell you this, how it relates to this. I've never been one of those people. Like, you ever know when you in your area and they be like, you don't know this person? No. And I never wanted to be one of those people who knew everybody, because no, I just didn't want to be. So there has never been such a wide array of powerful female powerful female hip hop artists gaining a following. While we wait and hope to see if the door has been permanently kicked wide open, it's fair to acknowledge that one individual smashed down the barriers and rolled out the red carpet for the new generation. Nicki Minaj. We're living in the house that Minaj built, and the recognition that she is the finest rapper of the past decade and one of the greatest of all time is overdue. I'm doing everything the boys can do and have done plus more. The fundamental underpinning of GOAT status is talent, and in this regard, Minaj is singularity. She can rap at a pace or in dozen of flows, and she binds her tone and delivery perfectly to the sentiment expressed. How many times you gonna put "and"? You can't keep putting "and." You can't keep doing that. Like, I don't see, this is poorly written because how you got "and" right here and you got "and" right here, because that's what this means. That don't make sense to me. All right, let's read it over because that shit got me messed up. Minaj is singularity. She can rap at a pace in her flows, and she binds her tone and delivery perfectly to the sentiment expressed, and her acrobatic change-ups rely on an underrated level of athleticism to ensure total control over her breath. As a lyricist, her words are a firework display of sharp metaphors, always humorous comebacks and put downs, a rainbow of emotion backed up by a talent of wordplay. While many rappers lean into a single style from start to end of a song or even a career, Minaj is alive to the potential of her performances and challenges herself on the mic. Damn, where is the period at? Like, I'm about to get mad. A remarkable feat given where a remarkable feat given we're 10 years into her reign over the rap kingdom. Wide-ranging comparisons have been made when analyzing Minaj's abilities. Lil Wayne's scattershot imagination, Jay-Z's mastery of flow and structure, Eminem's tongue-twisting and flawless enunciation at any speed. But the crucial point is that her talent is so broad that summarizing her requires references to a host of all-time greats. Among the qualities that keep her competing at the top of the game are an extremely keen ear for high-quality beats, as well as the flexibility to find her space and sound good inside nearly any music. Rap is more than just a bloodless technical exercise. However, what elevates Minaj is the charisma, soul, and attitude and inhabiting her animated cadences. Give me a second. Hold on a second. All right. 3 criticisms have been leveled at Minaj to imply that she's unworthy of consideration as well as all-time great. None stand up to consideration. The first is the suggestion that her themes are repetitive. In truth, every rapper has their core terrain. Imagine Lil Wayne without endless pussy talk, Jay-Z without drug dealing, or Drake without his sad boy music. Right. Musings? Is that a word? I gotta look that up. So it's churlish to deny Minaj the same space. Her core is flex. The million and one way she's able to say she's stronger, sexier, richer, better than anyone who might contest her. What's heartening is that far more than money or power, she takes the strongest pride and roots her claims in her ability as a lyricist and performer. It's her art that's at her center. Yeah. The second criticism is that Minaj's music is impersonal, bubblegum, or hashtag rap. I never heard that at all. Her fierce defense of her privacy indeed mitigates against confessional raps of extensive storytelling, but it's wrong to deny that her personal life and backstory have been a regular presence in her lyrics. It also glosses over the wide array of rap forms she's demonstrated mastery over. This is an artist who turbocharged Eminem's multiple personality model to encompass a full half dozen vividly drawn alter egos: Harajuku Barbie, Nikki Teresa, Nikki Lewinsky, Roman, and Martha Zelansky each allow her dynamic range of characters and concerns to be expressed. All right. The third criticism suggests that Minaj can't be rated as a serious voice because her work isn't overtly political. Like, why she has to be political? Jay-Z ain't political. Biggie ain't political. Besides the fact that many of her male competitors are apolitical, this view ignores Minaj's focus on society's dissection of the female body, the social expectations placed on how women can exercise power, on the necessity of financial independence while living in the country that hates it poor. While she doesn't flag topics in a manner that has middle class critics waving Pulitizers at Kendrick Lamar or musing on the Nobel Prize for Literature for Eminem, Minaj has established broad topical foundations that allow her to speak to anything about being to speak to speak. Allow her to speak to anything without being Dylan dilettantish. She bows to no one in hip hop when it comes to topicality. Yeah, so I can agree with that. So even in hip hop, artists' critical standing still relies on their ability to carry a coherent long form work. Being unable to criticize her rapping skills or ideas, one school has claimed that she can't be the GOAT because her albums are a compromise of having a foot in pop and one foot in hip hop. While this split is visible, it's ultimately irrelevant because it's vanquishingly rare that any of hip hop's acknowledged greats released near flawless album. To name a few, Tupac's All Eyes on Me was a repetitive and had cheap sounding beats. Nas' whole career has come with a built-in shrug of it ain't Illmatic. Eminem's album have all been all been so long that they make muddled listening. The point just doesn't carry weight. I do see myself as I do not see myself as a female rapper anymore. I see myself as a rapper. Remy used to say that too back in the day. Minaj is often described as the best female rapper or the queen of rap in terms of her place in the lineage of female rappers. This is what I be talking about when I talk about Cardi does not follow the great lineage of female rappers. She's literally popped up, concocted, and shifted through the algorithm. So Minaj came into the game heavily aware of her past models for female success: Missy Elliott's wall of humor, Little Kim's overtly sensuality, Foxy Brown genre straddling, and transcended them. She has created a uniquely layered and flexible artistic persona of her own. No artist is ever free of precursors. What matters is their ability to reckon intelligently with the past, then to reimagine the spaces opened up to make something new and distinct. The point is that Minaj has done far more to stand on the shoulders of. The point is that Minaj has done far more than stand on the shoulders of other women. What Minaj did to supplant the male artist who had owned the greatest of all time crown since the millennium, and the afterglow of his best rapper alive era, Lil Wayne signed Nicki Minaj, whereupon she and Drake became the steel spine, keeping Young Money at the top while Wayne's quality control ebbed. A further symbolic passing of the crown happened on stage at Yankee Stadium in 2010. That was one of the biggest moments I was so proud of Nicki for. Like when she stepped on stage before her album drop with Jay-Z and Kanye, I knew that it was going to be big. Minaj with the guest of Jay-Z, who was rehashing old drug tales and semi-retired to focus on his business career, and Eminem, whose continued lucrativeness was not matched by critical reception or cultural resonance. This was the moment when the enduring legends of the game made it clear that she was an MVP who could play on their level. You got to admit, her Nicki, let's think back, Jay-Z, Kanye West. Who cares who Kanye West worked with now? Now that I know that Big Sean was writing for him, please. I don't care who he works with at this point. The only artist at the time in such elevated status was Kanye West at this time, where Monster comes in. To his credit, West recognized Minaj's verse on the song was the finest thing on this album. He even considered removing it, but decided it was good. It had to stay. Her verse is acknowledged best of 2010. I hate the way that this person is right. I hate the way that they write the best of 2010. A single athletic minute of pure fire in which she outperformed all of the great. She performed all-time great Jay-Z, his successor West, as well as the increasingly respected force of Rick Ross. I ain't even consider Rick Ross when he was on Monster. I don't even really consider him, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really think about that verse. I have to remind myself like Rick Ross was on Monster. Minaj has always had good grace to credit the support given by artists like West, Lil Wayne, and Jay-Z, but she didn't rise because they willed it. She earned the right to stand alongside them without a gender as a preposition. I've never been afraid to walk into a boys' club, ever, 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 ever. What gold plates Minaj claim to GOAT status is her longevity. While her competitors of yesteryear are significantly diminished figures standing on legend, no new has arisen whom Minaj has actively contested for the crown. Drake is the only rapper to have endured a decade in the same realm, but it's not unfair. While recognizing the mutual respect between them, to point out he's played second fiddle to her on every song they've ever shared. Other contenders of recent years have ultimately, for clear artistic reasons, wound up in niches rather than reaching Minaj's ubiquity. Yes, I just work with this company called Ubiquity. I'm sorry, Ubiquity. This leaves Kendrick Lamar as the only other rapper to rise to the top, but his success doesn't negate or distract from her astonishing consistency. A characteristic of Minaj's reign has been that since taking over from Lil Wayne as the industry's guest verse artist extraordinaire, she has amassed a back catalog of top flight appearances that's nearly unmatchable in its scale and its quality. This has meant avoiding the risk of dissipation, phoning in performances. She has never been overshadowed by a host. Facts. Facts. Tell me when Nicki has ever been overshadowed by a host, whether that's Gucci Mane or Playboy Cardi or 2 Chainz or Big Sean's Yo.Gotti or Young Thug. She's hip hop's equivalent to Serena Williams, a superior athlete whose infatigable hard work and unbeatable competitive spirit means she's still winning while most fall away. Here in 2020, Minaj is still supersizing other artists' streaming stats. Facts. 30 million on that board every month. As part of this, and a further testament to her flexibility as a performer, Minaj is in the unusual position of being one of the very few established rappers able to sound like a natural compatriot to the new generation of performers. Whether she's propelling 6ix9ine's Fifi or Megan Thee Stallion's Hot Girl Summer to career peaks and ceding the spotlight to Sway Lee's on Chun Sway and giving Juice WRLD global tour exposure and being fined vast sums for breaking curfew at London's O2 to give young rappers like Miss Banks, Stylo G, and Lisa Mercedes guest spots. And how many times you gonna put the and mark, homie? You gotta write better sentences. What website is this? Pop Matters? Or publicly raving about Malibu Mitch Asian Dollar Cash Doll. It's often mentioned as a negative that Nicki Minaj has simultaneously juggled a pop career, the suggestion being that she's tainted and compromised and therefore can't be viewed as a hip-hop greatest of all time. This is sheer nonsense. It takes incredible talent to be a 1% performer in one genre. It's also unheard of to encounter an artist straddling a top flight career in 2 at the same time. This reinforces that Minaj's exceptionality while lending the weight to the adage that a woman has to do everything a man does, but backward and in high heels to earn even partial respect. Minaj has no equal on this front. She stands alone. Anymore. Yo, they went in on this article. Let's finish it up though. Let's see. I think it was on Anaconda. Okay. All right. While it's a regular money spinner for a rapper to guest on a pop song, Minaj's capabilities in both rap and pop mean that she's taken it to a level no one else can reach. She's guested on everything from up-tempo production of David Guetta to the smoking soul of Sierra, from Beyonce's imperiousness to Justin Bieber's global teeny boy overlordship or Karol G's Latin chart hits. In all cases, her appetite for music has allowed her to elevate the song she graces with her presence and to prove her ability to rhyme in undiluted passion in any sonic space. See, that's what Nicki has over all of them, and I'm glad that they focused on that. Her appetite for music. Yes, you could tell that she loves it. Her appetite for music has allowed her to elevate songs she graces. That's clear. You have to be able to know that you need no man on this planet at all, period. Mogul status is respected in hip-hop, whether as a pose or reality, voiding the school of critical snobbery and dislikes factoring commercial performances into claims of an artist's achievement. In this case, Minaj, in this case of Minaj, her claim to the throne is bolstered by the fact that she's at a near unmatchable financial level. The stats are indisputable. As singles artist, Billboard positioned her behind only Drake, the Glee cast, Lil Wayne, and Elvis Presley for the most Hot 100 entries of all time. The chart positions for her past 4 albums mean she keeps company only with Eminem, Drake, Lil Wayne, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, and meanwhile her only hip hop company all-time bestsellers list are Eminem, Drake, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and Kanye West. The latter achievement points to her global and cross demographic appeal, as well as to her wider business endeavors. Wise endorsements with Pepsi, Mattel, MAC Cosmetics, Adidas, and Beats by Dre, and a clothing line with Kmart alongside fragrances, alcoholic beverages, lipsticks, and a TV presenter gig on American Idol. How many times they gonna put "and"? Like, you would have felt this. It's just like, come on. This is too. Listen. Let's start it again. The latter achievement points to her global cross-demographic appeal, as well as to her wider business endeavors. Wise endorsements with Pepsi, Mattel, MAC Cosmetics, Adidas, and Beats by Dre, and a clothing line with Kmart alongside fragrances, alcoholic beverages, lipsticks, and a TV presenter gig on American Idol, and an occasional film appearances and private circuit performances at birthdays, and savvy investments in Tidal, and the ongoing rating success of Queen Radio. Minaj has established herself in the culture as a cultural icon who is at home goofing around in the Saturday Night Live sketches as she is walking the carpets at New York Fashion Week. Perhaps only Snoop Dogg can match her multi-channel presence, let alone her business acumen. I'm sorry. I'd have to wear some baggy pants and Timbs for men to openly give me props. The use of Minaj's sexualized public image as a way of dismissing her skill is a latter day twist on a tactic oppression with lengthy historical roots. In medieval England, money lending was one of the few occupations open to Jews. But once they had been forced to adopt a profession, they were then crudely caricatured, thus justifying the tax even to this very day. Native American tribes decimated by European diseases were portrayed as violent savages to excuse the exponentially greater violence of settlers across several centuries. White slave owners criticized African Americans as lazy and ignorant while denying them education and forcing them into labor system and that guaranteed neither motivation nor reward, in which go-slows were made a key mode of resistance. As a last example, Nazi propaganda first portrayed Jews as subhuman vermin, then robbed them of their livelihoods and property, next forced them into horrendous ghettos before claiming that they deliberately starved and disease-ridden remnants were proof of the propaganda that had been right all along. Throughout history, subjugators have forced a mask of fear and hate over faces of their victims to justify their victims' exclusion and erasure. Chun-Li. The same process has played out in hip-hop. During its 80s, 90s independent heyday, there was space for fly girls, B-girls, sisters with attitude, and regal queen mothers. Corporate conglomerates achieved increasing dominance and piled investment behind certain cliche images and against a backdrop of massive female underrepresentation and straight-up abuse in the business, ended an era of respect for female hip-hop artists. For the past 2 decades, only women who accepted a strictly circumscribed role as a commoditized sex objects received opportunities. Female identity was defined as pornification, and the video hole became omnipresent role for women in rap. And I'm glad that Nicki completely goes against that. And that's why I know that they don't like her, because how strong and how smart she is. Nicki Minaj came up in an industry where women were to be seen semi-nude and not her. There's a form of victim blaming at work in condemning Minaj for excelling in the space permitted the game as it could be played when the selling of a female Black body was not a choice, it was a requirement. It's hypocritical too when her male compatriots are also compromised with hip-hop capitalism that's built on commodified Black sexuality and criminality. Similarly, it's to her credit that she has achieved such mastery in hip hop, which the system had been fine tuned to place far more opportunity in front of and far greater investment behind men. In any field, women just must work twice as hard to get half the respect her male counterparts get. As part of the same process of reductionism, legitimate discussions of feminism have been co-opted, then used disingenuously by those with no great stake in cause. This implies that Minaj's body and image make her unworthy of consideration as a serious lyricist or performer. By contrast, no such questions regarding the warping of Black masculinity or retrograde presentation of gender relations are laid before male rappers when evaluating their art. The criticism of Minaj isn't made to reinforce feminism or female success. It's used to slap down a threat to the ecosystem that requires hip-hop artists to lean on negative imagery of women drawn primarily from sex work. The Nicki Minaj-Cardi B feud was not just another round of the media's tired of... The Nicki Minaj and Cardi B feud was not just another round of the media's tired love of beef. It was a traditional demonstration of how female power is diminished. Stroking a feud reinforced the lie that two women can inhabit hip-hop harmoniously. Female artists are not a monolith and shouldn't be required to be like one another. The disgrace lies in the fact it took an artist of Minaj's exceptional nature and to persuade the industry to invest in women. Yeah. Come on. They won a Nicki. Nicki said it. All the labels won a Nicki. The disgrace lies in the fact that it took an artist of Minaj's exceptional nature to persuade the industry to invest in women in the first place. It takes nothing from anyone to say that Minaj trailblazing led to the groundwork for Cardi B to become the first female winner of a Grammy for Best Rap Album and only the second female rapper to hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, a shocking 12 years after Lauryn Hill. Let's see, let's get this down. A similar double standard is visible when one considers how uncontroversial it was for Lil Wayne's to boast about being the best rapper alive, or Eminem's claiming to be the best of all time. By contrast, Minaj's desire for respect is positioned as presumptuous at best, that she's a bossy bitch at worst. As a female rapper, Minaj is required to not to just rap, but also pass tests for likability and acceptability. There are unwritten and constantly shifting towards defining how she should speak and act. What makes it absurd is that many great male hip-hop lyricists have committed violent assaults against women. Some spit homophobic rhymes, and some have convictions for sex offenses, even murder. No record label or rabid fan, one of them, ever dream of co-joining on those issues with an appraisal of their talent. It's unsurprising that a decade of constantly being required to reprove her hip-hop credentials, being spoken to as a sidebar to a plethora of male artists of the moment, would make Minaj sensitive to criticism. But not the griping around the release of Queen. The growling at the MTV Music Awards in 2015 was substantially unfair comment. I may have despised the cyberbullying of Wanna Thompson by Minaj bars, but nothing about it detracts from the quality of her art, nor do the words or deeds have to pass an adequate censor for her to be rated as the best rapper out of the best rapper of our era, bar alone. They putting a lot of extra shit in here that don't make sense. Rappers have fallen off for numerous reasons: laziness, distraction, overindulgence, descent into the sunken place. In this era, many have fallen prey to America's opiate and prescription drugs crisis. Others have lost years to the legal issues of financial troubles. Still more tarnished themselves. Listen, I gotta go to the bathroom because look, give me 1 second. Give me a second. I gotta go to the bathroom. Yes, I got to use it bad because I've been drinking all this damn water. Give me a second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me bring this up real quick. I ain't need no help, nah. I did it, y'all. Yo, I did it, y'all. I did it all by myself, yeah. Just by myself, yeah. and I ain't need no help, nah. I did it, y'all, yo, I did it, y'all, back in 05, shit was so fucking live. I wrote out the illest rhymes of my goddamn life. I was like, damn, how the industry ignore them. I was writing chart toppers, straight out of boredom, booking out studios and really couldn't afford them, dropping hot tracks and people wouldn't applaud them, but acting like it's cool every time I saw them. That just gave me more drive now when I record them. Inspect your connections, accept no exceptions, cause you know these devils be good with dealing with deception. I find my own way, I don't need no directions. Yeah, I made a few errors, sat back and reflected. I'm in a different space, I don't need no contract. I look you in your eyes like fuck your contacts. They show their true colors, ain't no need for contrast. And watching them eat, why should I fast? I did it all by myself, yeah. Just by myself, yeah. I ain't need no help, nah. I did it, y'all, yo, I did it, y'all. I did it all by myself, yeah. Just by myself, yeah. And I ain't need no help, nah. I did it, y'all, yo, I did it, y'all. Call me Oprah's brother, cause I did it on my own. Without the net working out here for a loan. I paid for everything, really no freebies. It's like with the prostitutes, fucker, no freebies. Is it worth it in the business? It depends on the losses. I did most of. All right, my bad. I had to go to the bathroom because I was on here for a minute. Honestly, I've been on here 1 hour and 20. I've been up here an hour and 30 minutes. I didn't expect to be up here this long. I really wanted to be up here an hour, but I thought this article was so good. So let me just continue it. All right. So let me just zoom this in a little. Give me a second. How'd that look? All right, let me put it back a little. And let me go. All right. So rappers have fallen off for numerous reasons: laziness, distraction, overindulgence, descent into the sunken place. And in an era, many have fallen prey to America's opiate and prescription drugs crisis. Others have lost years to legal issues or financial troubles. Still more have tarnished themselves with buffoonish behavior. Minaj remains at the top because of her professionalism. She remains a beacon of devoted workaholism. There's an acknowledged gap between the characters she inhibits on the mic versus the reality of the admirably cool intellect who escaped the poverty trap and built her fortune. The quiet spirit who stayed 14 years loyal to a longtime boyfriend has since married a childhood friend. What's left that I didn't do? Nicki on LLC. The strength of Minaj's legacy gives hope for significant realignment. It takes away from no one to say that her style and approach are now written into the DNA of the world's most successful female hip hop artists. At this very moment, Minaj's star power has pulled Doja Cat to number 2 on Rolling Stone's top 100 list, surmounted only by Megan Thee Stallion featuring Beyonce, another rapper to have benefited from a Minaj hand up. Hopefully, acknowledgement by rappers who form her legacy, who stand as a testimony to the omnipresence of her influence, will ensure her status is recognized. Even the most dispassionate appraisal indicates that there are few areas where she is not competing with the best. Nicki Minaj has an undeniable case to be considered one of the greatest rappers of all time. An ironclad right to be deemed the dominant hip hop talent of the past decade and a claim of the best rapper alive. Here's to Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I thought that was a good article. I was like, yo, when I read that shit earlier, I was just like, damn, whoever did this shit, this was like, who wrote this again? Who wrote this article? It definitely had to be somebody who was white, but by Nick Soulsby. Let's see what he looked like if we could bring him up. Yeah, somebody white. I knew it was based off of I knew that it was. Yeah, I've been up here a half an hour though. Well, that's not him. I'm pretty sure he is white though. So listen, I've been up here like almost 2 hours. So I'm about to get up off of here, but I just really wanted to get up here and say, like, Nicki Minaj, like, and I know that people might just think like, oh, you just saying that because you love her. No, she is the best female rapper. She's better than your favorite. Your favorite is just trying to exist here because the record labels are trying to pull another Nicki. Like, that's all it is. Everybody wants a piece of the female rap. Everybody wants a piece of the female rap change. And you see how Azealia Banks was talking about it today. Them streams don't add up to anything. Like, unless you don't have a 360 deal, that shit don't add up to nothing. Let me read some of these before I get up out of here. Around we all see you have an op in here. I don't care. Who's the op? Let's see. And so what is your world? I'm just enjoying my evening, the weed and Laurent. Oh shit. Laurent took a bathroom break and gave us intermission music. He proceeded with the informative entertainment article. That's what's up. Yeah. Who cares? And most of the time when people come on your channel and they talk shit, it'd be people from other accounts just doing that shit because, yeah, I can tell by their titles and shit that they be watching my shit when they try to act like they don't. So trust me, I already know who it is. It really don't matter. Let's see. Let me read some of these comments before I get up out of here. So I've been up here for 1 hour and 34 minutes. I'm going to give it to 1 hour and 40 minutes and then I'm up out of here. What's up, Skyana? Yes, you guys better vote, and I hope you guys know how to vote. I'm not going to say it. Oh, Tamara and Obi go. Oh, y'all going at it? What y'all talking about? Yo, I don't do thugs, dummy. My fiance is Middle Eastern. Why you can't find a man to save your stressful ass? Yo, why y'all going at it? Show love. Show love. Why you call her up? What'd she say? She always show love. I thought Megan, Sweetie, and Doja were in 360 deals like Scabby B too. Yo, y'all crazy. Listen, you said it. Right. It's a little wordy, but I wouldn't say poorly written. Yeah, it is. But listen, he used and way too many times. Like, you're not supposed to keep using and just because you use that little semicolon, no, you're supposed to break your sentence up a little better than that. Laurent, they hate that Nicki Minaj is black, smart, talented, and strong. They hate that she is dominating, but they despise that she is not in the 360 deal. Facts. This is a good article. I agree. It could have been written a little better, but they hit on so many important points. Right. Shit, I felt like I was reading that article for like 30 minutes. So listen, if you're still here on the video, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Please make sure that you like this video. Like, hold on a second. Where did I put my phone? I must have brought my phone in the other room when I got up out of here. Yeah, please make sure that you like this video. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Why is Nicki Minaj the best female rapper to you? I just feel like she put the work in. I feel like, all right, it's easier to get somebody out of the game when they haven't done that much, when they haven't really like just been like hard, like out here. Nicki has done everything. She's invested in herself. Like, you know what I'm saying? She will always, Nicki will be in the talks forever. Like, because, and the sad part about it is that no matter how much they want the other girls to win, and they might be like, oh, you got a diamond plaque or whatever, you really don't fulfill the people like that. You don't really like, it's just not like what was so inspirational about anybody's come up story. You know, you glow up, you make it, proud of you, right? But being exalted from coming from the strip world and being dragged up, it's just like, is that really? I mean, people in the hood. I'm from the hood though, but it's just it depends on whatever matters to you. That shit don't matter to me. Hold on a second. Damn, I feel terrible. It's 12:10. I was supposed to call my friend back. Laurent Tryman. Oh shit. Damn. So I have to ask you a question. I didn't see it. Tribe Oya. So you saying Nicki had surgery on her face? Nicki never had surgery on her face. Where did you hear this at? I've never heard that story. Listen, we got 2 minutes left. I really got to get up off here because I got to get up early. Crack of dawn. I got to get up. Damn. Damn, Oya. She was trying to be slick. I ain't see the comment because I was reading that long ass article. Nobody anticipating none of them. Why y'all calling each other? Oh man, don't worry about my man. You need to get it, man. Your mother is a ghetto skink. Damn, y'all going in. So listen, you guys, I'm about to get up off of here. I hope all of y'all have a blessed evening. You know what I'm saying? Oya, please come back with some better energy. Please don't do that to each other. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Nicki Minaj never had any surgery on her face or anything like that. Oh my God, you was wishing death on somebody? Wow. Oya. Oh God. Nicki gets Botox. It took only me saying that to get attacked and bullied. That's it. But why you say she gets Botox? Nobody's not touching Nicki. Sorry, she's rapping on all you hoes' head tops. Listen, I think I'm about to just get up out of here right now. I don't know what the hell is going on in these comments. This is why when I felt like I was reading that damn article too long. Listen, we have 1 hour and 40 minutes. Please subscribe. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Like this video. And I got to get up out of here. I hope you guys stay blessed. I'm out.